My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the ravenous clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon 2. Specifically, we're in the Roaring Hearth. Stay a while and listen. Heal to 100% here, we're going to get -3 stress, and we have higher positive relationship chance and lower negative relationship chance. I am going to, by the way, it's worth noting,
One
first
learns
off,
quickly when survival demands it.
I popped up the background audio. If it's still too low, feel free to tell me. But as I had to exit the game between the end of the last episode and the start of this one, we have ahead of us right now a reset, effectively, of all of the choices we made at the end. So I'm going to do these relatively quickly. Audrey is going to be picking up Poison Dart for extra crit, for extra poison. Blight, effectively, right? The ability to project more damage to the back line still, and with Iron Swan, this is much more likely to crit, and in critting be much more effective. I'm also going to take Dead of Night so that she has the ability to stress heal and heal herself. We're going to get Barristan to pick up Defender so that I can try and defend targets that otherwise are going to be overly targeted who don't have access to self-healing, because I don't have much self-healing. Sorry, much self-healing, much healing of other targets, rather. And then these final two, I need to continue being able to project damage and also possibly even stun a target in the back line that has been comboed. And then I wanted a little bit more damage on Barristan on turns that they are not otherwise intending to defend another character. Then, and this is important,
Improvement, a new variable in the equation of your fate.
I get to go to the Provisioner,
Spend what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning.
and we can try and pick up
Indeed
enough.
it ever did.
We can try and pick up enough things to actually, like, supremely positively influence our characters' relationships here. So I'm going to take 2 stacks of playing cards. I'm going to take 1 stack of Pipeweed, and then 30. Yes, I think I can take 4 stacks of the Whiskey Flask. Beautiful, beautiful. And then finally here, I think I might take 2 stacks of Glimmer of Hope. Give myself the ability to keep my torch higher. Okay. Heading back here, we can use the playing cards on our party. Unfortunately, Dismas is not going to be taking part as they are a curmudgeon. Ooh. Yeah, still on average pretty good. One thing also that I'll be able to fix here that I didn't do correctly last time, in my opinion, is... Oh, Tactical Thinker. I did not know you had that. Interesting. Pathfinder? The rest of you have anything that's super important that I didn't know about? No, it's just that one. Cool. I'm gonna want this item, the Reverberating Redoubt, to be on Barristan. That is the when attacked, apply 2 damage to the enemy. But if our speed is equal to or less than 2, a 20% chance when hit to gain an extra action. And if I use Pipeweed twice on the Wanderer here, I'm going to remove 2 of their speed. So, I think we found the right holder for that. Also, by the by, thank you very much for the comment that clarified for me. For some reason, I was looking at if flammable item is equipped, plus 33% burn resist. And then the word piercing after that. But what it is plus 33% burn resistance piercing, right? Somehow I thought piercing was a modifier to all of the rest of it, rather than being, oh, this pierces 33% of the target's burn resist. Neat. Speaking of, we are going to want a decent amount of burn resist ourselves. Heat shield would make some sense there. Although, maybe not necessarily, because you should get defense against stress. Excellent. I mean, the Unwavering Standard, gain on miss if first in the turn order, that'll never occur if I do this appropriately. I guess maybe you should take the unwavering standard, but you have so much HP. I don't know, maybe the Wanderer, maybe the Wanderer, again, I keep reading this one first. Maybe the Hellion can take this. Let's leave you with your high burn resist, but also give you stress down and then some bleed resist for the Highwayman. Actually, you know what? No, we'll put that on the Grave Robber. Cool. So now, final thing that I gotta do is to de-stress Boudica and Barristan. Oh wow, you picked up Sanguine at round start. There is a 25% chance to de-stress. Oh, incredible, Hellion. Again, higher relationship. Love to see that. Now for Whiskey. I don't think I can get anyone's relationship to pop off before the end of this. No, but I can try and get Dismas and Audrey rather, to not hate one another. I think this is probably how this is best spent for me at the moment. Obviously, you know, I haven't played Darkest Dungeon 2 the entire way while it was going through its early access phase. I played it a little bit in its early access phase, but I didn't keep up with it, which means that if this is just, you know, a horrific waste of resources, I don't know that yet. I will eventually, but not yet. Okay, let's get Laudanum on the Highwayman and some Smelling Salts on the Wanderer. Actually, Smelling Salts should go on the person who acts earlier. Laudanum on the Highwayman. Okay, I don't need the healing right now. That, I think, is it. Unless I want to go to the Provisioner and pick up Heartseeker for... Oh, I do actually want to pick that up. For the extra crit on, and I think I did want this on Audrey initially. What's the Highwayman holding? Holding a damage trinket. Who does more damage? The Highwayman. The Highwayman does more damage. Okay, yeah, so you should be holding the indelible plus 20% damage trinket. And yeah, maybe I guess I increase your crit. It really just feels like I want to increase crit on the Grave Robber, who would go from 80% crit to 85% crit. Other than that, I think it's time for us to head out. Select a route.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
If I avoid the Hoarder, I'm going to be able to pick up Leaf Suspension for plus 4% relationship chance.
Our great cities burn. All that beauty and knowledge. Ash on the wind.
Oh, Audrey and Barristan are already forming a relationship. So, whenever resting it in, there is a chance that relationships will form between heroes that can be positive or negative. The chance of the relationship is determined by their shared affinity. Hopeful!
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
Excellent. So this is going to show us the positive relationship that is resolved between these two characters has given each of them a skill that will affect the other one. So if Barristan uses Rampart, it is going to give Audrey -1 stress. If Audrey uses Dead of Night, it's going to give -1 stress to Barristan. Hell yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I also believe their relationship is going to reset next time we get to an inn, back down to neutral.
Behold, the great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
So, first things first, there's 2 Hoarders over on the right side. So those stores are really good right now given the trinket that I have. negative 75% to costs for trinkets due to the trophy, rather, that I have for killing the sleeping general. But also, if I avoided the hoarders, I would be able to complete the mission for the area. I don't think I need to do that, frankly. So I have to lose a wheel in order to go to the hero shrine, but I do want to go to the hero shrines as much as is possible, as early as is possible.
Look ahead. A place to reflect, remember, and reconcile.
Because it's going to give me the ability to unlock the actual skills of all of the characters that I have. Like, the Man-at-Arms can't even riposte yet. What even are you? Do I hard commit? No. Yes? No. No? Yes. Yes. No. Yes? No. Yeah. No. Maybe I go for Dismas. Or the Hellion. Hellion.
Hellion. Chapter 1. The Eve of Glory. She was young to join the war band, but any who challenged her readiness were met with clenched fists and violent indignation. Having bloodied the last of her detractors, the matter was considered finally settled. On the eve of battle, she joined her clanmates in a raucous celebration, her stein and her spirits overflowing with abundance.
Acceptance is a journey. Bleed out. So from position 1 to the enemy's position 1, we will wind ourselves. However, we will bleed the target for 4 as well as deal a decent amount of damage. Pretty useful skill. Do I want Boudica to be holding that right now instead of something like toe-to-toe? Toe-to-toe is really good for trying to reset the order of my party. Speaking of resetting the order of my party, Barristan, you need to be in the 2nd position. That gives you... I want Barristan to be taking all the hits. Stand up front. Things of that ilk. It's just I don't want to tag bleed out on Boudica, and then if Boudica moves out of position 1, she doesn't have access to Iron Swan or bleed out, and suddenly feels a lot more vulnerable as a character. Maybe I don't need bleed out at the moment.
When deliberation is exhausted, trust your instincts.
Okay, so y'all want to go to the question mark. I don't think I should go to the lair right now. I feel like that's probably a pretty good way to have a pretty tough time. This resistance encounter would give us the opportunity to reduce our our loathing. Seems pretty good. There's a road battle if I'm heading this way, and you know, a bunch of characters agree on that route. Assistance encounters afterwards. Actually, you know what? The determinant factor here should probably be that if I go to the middle, I'm going to break a wheel, and then after that, I'm going to break another wheel, and I already have one broken wheel, so I cannot take any of the routes except for the rightmost here. I'm so glad that I spent the time to inspect that. Definitely going to save us some aching.
Indeed, to profit in destruction.
At Halliburton, at Raytheon. Ordainment, what's this? The closer you get to a mountain, the greater the chance the enemies will be ordained. Ordained means they increase their power. The exact effects of ordainment are different depending on which confession you're attempting. So this has got to be the ordained unit, the Pillager Crackshot here. Has extra health, is faster, has more stun resist. At the very least, those are the effects that I can see. I'm going to try and take that target out as early as I possibly can. Unfortunately, it's going to be slightly difficult. Because again, they're in position 3. Their blight resist is really low though, so that is how it's done. I still want to work on the other pillager as well. Set up a good combo on them. A front mortar. Oh, you pushed her back and stunned her. Rude of you. Solid miss. Hey, low blow, buddy. How dare you bleed her? Wait. Build your crack shot. I blighted you. Where is all your blight? What happened? Guess I'm just gonna throw a death blow directly at you then. I can try and stun the target in the backline as well. Oh, never mind. Killed him instead. Oops. Stop it! It's a lot of blood. Legitimately, I think I actually will roll Defender here. Very nice. One down. Yeah, I'm gonna Dead of Night that to reduce my own stress, heal up, as well as reduce Barristan's stress. And then, I'm gonna Rampart to remove the final point of stress from Audrey. Hell yeah. Love this hopeful relationship they have. Finishing blow, you crit me for barely any damage at all. Okay, Boudica's below half HP, which is giving her a power up here. I'm just gonna have you kill rather than trying to hold off for a little bit more stress removal.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
Excellent. Make sure I don't oversteer. I need to get all this burning debris under wheels. There we go. The Shrine of Reflection. Wait, for real? This is another hero shrine immediately? I think so.
Chapter 2. The Brave.
Ooh, and this is the one you play.
She was the tip of the spear, poised to sunder the enemy line, to live forever in the songs of her people.
Howling End. Oh, crits for 21, love it. A harried swing of a clanmate for 5 damage to their back line. Another for 4. Subjugating strike. Oh no. Yeah, looks like they're gonna take out all me friends. Popping a goading sneer. They're slaughtering us? Requires a party corpse. Summon clanmates. Yeah, let's do that. Give me some clanmates. Support me before we are overrun. I feel like it's intentional here that I will become overrun. Victorious taunt. Yeah, they won't attack me directly, but they will taunt the ever-living heck out of me. There we go. Let's get some more clanmates. So I can watch them die. They are just meat shields. Unfortunately, there is absolutely no way I can take out the amount of HP that the enemies have, so I'm more than happy to just keep this one rolling. No, I have to hide. Do you? Do you have to hide? Ooh, the damage of Howling End has severely decreased here. They both resist the stun, of course. Alright, we can get sneered at 3 times. Victorious Taunt. Victorious Taunt. Ooh, none of those actually increase our stress. Interesting. Boudica, time for you to cower, move back 3, give yourself stealth as well as 10 stress. Please let this all be a terrible nightmare. Oh, that's so cool!
Her entire life spent in preparation. But when it mattered most, she had failed.
That is so cool because one of the comics of the pasts of the heroes that I did read from the extended universe of Darkest Dungeon 1 was the Hellions, and the end of it specifically with her cowering behind a tree while everyone else gets slaughtered is reproduced there, because when you go back you hide behind the tree and you give yourself stealth and you get 10 stress. Super cool. Bloodlust. On self, remove Winded. If the target has bleed, you also get plus 20% damage for 5 turns. I don't think that's appropriate for Boudica at the moment, but still.
Today's oversight is tomorrow's regret.
Today's oversight is tomorrow's regret. So I think I probably want to take the one with the unknown along it rather than risk my armor at the assistance encounter. Well, maybe I do want to go to the assistance encounter. Rewards flame, food, supplies. People will have a relationship trigger based on what occurs there. No, let's go to the unknown. Because hey, it might even be another hero shrine. There's a road fight. Oh, 2 ordained enemies here. Rude. Alright, Pillager, why don't you shoot Dismas? I was so clear. Oh gosh, the combo setup and then utilization immediately. Thankfully though, you've given extra damage to the Hellion, who will crit you for 17? Good lord. Oh, Villager Crackshot? Villager Crackshot taken down immediately. Actually, also, that's half of your goal, right? No, use a Glimmer of Hope is Barristan's hero goal at the moment. It's Dismas who wants to... Wait, what? Oh, right, Barristan was just included, of course. Yeah, so it's not Barristan's previous hero goal, it's a new hero goal. Yeah, everything makes sense again. The world is right.
A petty hindrance.
I gotta get Glimmers of Hope and give them to Barristan. No, I don't want to risk the chance that this guy gets an action. I was gonna try and de-stress Barristan by clearing a corpse there.
An unexpected find.
What was unexpected? We got trinkets and baubles, nothing else. They were paid for in Boudica's blood, no doubt. Barristan, inventory, that moves over there. Boudica, that moves there. Barristan, you take that, and we're all good now. Hell yeah. Sick. Trudging onwards. Hero goal is complete for Dismas. Also, going to a scouting location, a watchtower, is Audrey's, so I'd like to get that done too, should the opportunity present itself.
Emboldened anarchists, desperate to exercise their nihilism.
You didn't tell me they were cool. Barristan and Audrey both want to fight. Dismas wants to run away? Absolutely not, of course. Harrison and Audrey, let's go. Hey, Dismas disapproved of that decision, but didn't get a negative relationship trigger with Barristan, it looked like. Okay, so in the backline they have a Shaman who is emboldened. Oh boy, that seems like that's going to be a problem. There's a Whipper that's going to be giving us a lot of bleed, I would have to imagine, and then the Pit Fighter at the front as well. So, Duelist Advance. This is the done thing for me right now. Oh, how dare you! How dare you! I can't remove the inability to see there. Let's try and blight up the Fanatic in the back line. They have a 20% resist. They did not manage to.
And steady.
Ah, unfortunately, we did miss with our 50% less accuracy there. I'm gonna roll Defender on the Hellion here, I think. This is also just some good block tokens for the character. There's, yeah, taking a couple of hits there. Hell yeah, that worked out so well. Saved a bunch of life proactively. Okay, that unit has buffed itself. On hit, it will apply a burn, and also it gets +1 speed. I need to get the Shaman in the backline down as soon as possible right now, so I'm gonna fire directly at you with 2 different characters here. Cool. You don't have a death blow resist, do you? That would suck for me. Never mind, they don't. If it bleeds is a good way for us to start working on the Whisperer here. Man, this guard has done so much work. Okay, Whipper's not dead yet. I could finish it personally. I suppose I should.
The work continues.
We've got the Yips, so I think I'll also use Barristan for another defense here. Realistically, I kind of want to Duelist Advance here, so that I'm in position to be able to use Wicked Slice from now on. But I guess Pistol Shot is as good as Wicked Slice, because Pistol Shot is upgraded and Wicked Slice isn't. For me, right now, in this position, that is the case. Okay, let's definitely try and get some Blight on this guy, what with all of your HPs. Got a lot of H's, couple P's to go with them. I'm gonna use a Glimmer of Hope, meeting half of the requirement here. Roll a Defender on Boudica. Enemy breaks my jaw for a total of 3 damage instead of 10. Oh, I got another action! Oh, sick! Oh, I love it. That's what must have happened last round as well, because we were stunned, and yet we still acted. Oh, that's so cool. Well, I think, yeah, all I really need to do, most of all, is pump out damage here. Units on death's door. You're weak, and you can only hit targets that have ridiculous resist. And you died hitting Barristan! Oh, that's so cool!
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Greater Wolf's Blood, the indelible trinket of +6 to speed. Who wants +6 to
The
speed?
loathing abates.
Who definitely wants to go first? Oh, you know, Boudica. Boudica wants to go first. If she goes at the start of the round, she has the ability to use Iron Swan to set up for one of the other ranged characters that acts very quickly. Legitimately, this is, I think, perfect. Who wants the extra burn resist? I mean, Barristan kind of wants the burn resist, but I also really like the Unwavering Standard. There we go. Also got smoke bombs for blinding a target too. Keep in mind the possibility of doing that. Alright. Now, do I want a road fight or do I want a rough patch destroying a wheel? I think I want a road fight instead. It's the possibility of picking up resources instead of losing them.
Torment.
Ah, we got some loathing along the way. This is an assistance encounter as well. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be clearing my loathing just yet. Hey, we haven't found a hoarder so far. It's entirely possible I do finish that mission. The desperate few? Okay. Boudica. So many orphaned, so many maimed. We will lose 5 torch in order to get 2 supplies of food. Barristan is an ascetic. Says, I hear great wealth brings great curses in these times. We would lose 12 trinket or bauble. We lose 12 money resource and gain a bunch of light, which we're already quite high light. That doesn't seem appropriate. Audrey, that one has the look of a fair ne'er-do-well. Plus 30 to our torch, as well as some scouting. Considering we're about to go to the watchtower, I'm going to take Boudica's mission here.
Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
2 slimy foods doesn't seem particularly good for us, but
insight, after all.
it'll have to do. Infectious enemies. So in this fight, there is an extra duration for each of the DOTs. Dick. Oh, how dare you crit me? There's no death low resist on the frontline characters, so they'll die as soon as the DOT triggers on them. This unit is dazed, sick. I don't want to kill it. I also don't want to kill the corpse. I'm gonna move forward 1, then Dead of Night this corpse in order to remove the stress from Barristan. The enemy is dazed, so they'll move actually at the end of the round, and then Barristan is gonna kill the enemy. So a little, tiny little Suston of stalling.
No gain is insignificant.
Exactly! Exactly, Wayne! In Crisis, no gain is insignificant. Thank you, couldn't have said it better myself. Because I would have said something dumb, like, you know, turn the lights out before you close the door, like, you know, or turn the lights off on your way out, is, I believe, how I used to refer to it in the older series. To make sure that you cross all of your P's and Q's, you know, the letters that have crosses on them, and, you know, dot your L's and M's, by making sure you get a little bit of extra healing and etc. out of the end of each. There's our hero goal. The loathing festers. Barristan is hungry. Barristan is also tired.
No place for decent folk.
Alright. Thank heck there's no more wheel destruction on the road. Boudica, such fighting spirit, I lend you my arm. We would get what looks like combat items as well as 30 torch, which would take us back to 99, sick. 30 torch or food, 30 torch or medicine. I'm gonna go with the combat items and 30 torch. Boudica also increases her relationship with a couple of characters.
Find.
Wait, 2 more smoke bombs. Those will stack with the ones we already have. Unfortunately, I already have 2 stacks of loathing, and I'm about to get another one. So now we have plus 50% to flame drain and a 33% enemy advantage. Oh god. Uh-oh. Unless this is a fight.
An academic study, full of the forbidden and the forgotten.
Uh-oh. Because this is not a fight, I think I might actually be kind of screwed. The weird items and boons are available within. It'll give a quirk as well as a combat item or a quirk as well as a trinket. Let's go for a quirk as well as a trinket on Audrey. We get Disarmor. That is a chance, 10% chance to apply weak to the enemy on hit. Indelible trinket of turn start. A third chance to gain 2 regen, or 1 bleed for the 2/3 chance. I'm gonna take that. I don't know if I want to immediately use that, because I can't. I mean, I guess the person holding a Dark Impulse, maybe? It feels like bleed resist and the pulsing heart both on the same character would make a lot of sense right now. I'm going to take the unwavering standard off of Barristan. I'm going to give him the heal on stress dealt. I'm going to take the bleed resist and give that to the character who now has the chance to possibly bleed themselves. Audrey, I'm just going to increase your speed, I think. Okay, and now I'm worried, because on this next road, there's an Oblivion. Another Loathing. So I get to the full stack of 4, which I cannot imagine is good for me.
This way, if you can make it.
Maximum Loathing.
Consumes.
The mountain shudders. Confession boss. Confession boss. What? Plus 10% max health. The flame has been lowered by 10 and plus 2 stress for everyone. If the loathing meter fills completely, beware, the confession boss will stir in the mountain and dire consequences will result. They'll also get an HP buff that will make them tougher to defeat. Seek out fights to reduce loathing before this happens. Unfortunately, my choice was either go on the other sides and break down on the mission with the rough patches on my wheels, or this. And this one I didn't even know was going to be as much loathing as possible.
Wainwright
Alas.
awaits, eager to ply his trade.
Ablative powders. For burn resist. Milk soaked linen. Some more burn resists. Academic scouting location. Cool, cool, cool. Pipeweed. Neat. Oblivion's Rampart. We're going to have another encounter. I don't know if I really want to change up much of my stuff right now for an upcoming battle. No, they have enough stress that they're being mean to one another. Stop being mean to one another. That's not what I want. No, be mean to each other. Oh, we got resisted. 10% chance for them to hit that resist, and they managed. I'm expecting these crack shots to be hitting across our entire party, triggering the riposte from Dismas, but they're not doing that. Maybe I should just understand that they don't do that and act appropriately. Never mind. Get him. I should also probably bolster here to remove 2 stress from Boudica. Let's use the torch first, completing my hero mission. Remove 2 stress from that target.
Carousel of horrors.
Especially because combo just got set up on them. Tactical Thinker and the Yips. You thought about this, and you've come to the conclusion that they will win, so you are terrified.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
They wane and June. Oh, 1 damage short of taking that character out just before they act rude not to. 3 damage doesn't really matter at all. We resist the bleed and continue hacking away. Oh, big crit. Giving him a bit of the big crit. I tried to ramp up. I got a positive relationship as well as some stress reduction. Other than that, didn't really help. I'm gonna use Dead of Night to claim a corpse for some more stress reduction on a couple different characters as well. Now, remove someone from the field. Someone more likely to be threatening.
A righteous action.
Mm-hmm.
One less.
That was a hell of a lot of stress removal from that fight. I gotta be pretty proud of that. It was my priority the entire time. Hero goal is complete for Barristan. We have a full inventory, as the game is telling me right now, which means that items I pick up on the road will just immediately be discarded. Oh, I guess we're getting close to a full inventory. We don't have it yet. Cool, cool, cool. So, one of you wants to visit, no? You want to get killing blows on Gaunts. Or Boudica, our hellion at the front of the party.
Oblivion's rampart. What lies within?
Oh, it's these folk. I mean, first things first. Set up some riposte. If anyone targets my entire party, I want them to suffer. I'm gonna try and set up the Blight on the backline. Even if I didn't manage to do that, it did remove the defense from the backline. Ooh, it's exalting unspeakable cosmic forces. Yeah, it removed the defense token from the backline, so now Iron Swan can connect for full damage. Set up a combo. I mean, that unit is dead in 2 turns' time, but I don't think that's fast enough for me. Oh! What's this?
Empowered, emboldened.
What did it do? Follow my lead? Barristan said. I guess we dodged and then... Yeah, I don't really know what other effect that had. I'm happy it did. Had an effect, though? I kind of want to try and push the Deacon back. That would give me the ability to move Boudica back to a position where she actually can use If It Bleeds on the Herald. That's pretty good. The Herald moves itself back. Yeah, I'm gonna try and prevent the altar from getting a single action here. Crit it straight out of existence. Oh, this regen on Boudica is insane! Oh, there's stealth on the Herald. Okay, so I can't directly target you. That's fine, that's fine. Let's work on the Deacon. I'm gonna remove the stealth from that target and set up a combo on you. Got him. Just you and me, Deaky.
Sundering steel.
So yeah, you can do giant damage attacks like that. That's totally legal. You are very much allowed. How the heck ever? I don't think that will ever really concern me quite deeply, you know?
Big crit.
Full defender on Boudica here. Weight of the world, wow. Did actually manage to do something kind of annoying there. Well done, well done. Let's Rampart for a little bit more healing and stress healing, etc. Kill another corpse for a similar kind of effect. Knock a unit down to death's door. And blow it up.
The unrelenting application of violence yields morbid gains.
Oh! Wounding words! An unforgettable trinket. This will combo with our stained item. If a stained item is equipped, you get negative 33% to your max HP. Uh-oh. But you also get plus 50% damage. Sharpness charm for 15% damage and 3 less speed. Wow, I do like damage a lot. I can see myself using those. Over encumbered, you must discard items to make room. Slime mold giving diseases and quirks to characters feels like not maybe what I want to do. Certainly don't need as much of it as they were providing that. I don't think I need all of these smoke bombs right now. Okay, so yeah, that's the stained one. Wounding words. So lower max HP on the Hellion. It makes it a lot easier for the Hellion to be below 50% HP. It's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, actually. Slightly lower speed, but higher damage. Seems appropriate for you, Grave Robber. Neat. I think we're reasonably set up here for the rest that we're about to take. Chin up, shoulders back, we can do this. Boudica says it's important to listen to one another on a journey like this. Has forced stress, but didn't cause a negative relationship trigger between two characters the absolute least, so thank you.
The place is a little worse for wear, but familiar nonetheless.
Anti-commerce has been completed here. Leaf suspension's been rewarded. We've also got 4 new quirks. Dismas has gained Book Burner. Certain dry satire burns the hottest, so it would. Audrey has gained Austere, prefers the simple life. No. Marison has gained Darkly Curious, rather, is prone to investigating the dark arts. And Boudica's gained, oh no, Vicious, plus 10% to damage, but on attack, a 15% chance to become vulnerable. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me. The Limping Mule is healed to 50% and -1 to stress. Anti-commerce is being complete. Okay, let's head to our mastery trainer.
However painful, is the greatest teacher of all.
So Boudica currently has Bloodlust. On self, remove Winded. If the target, so self, is bleeding, then you got plus 20% damage for 5 turns. I almost like the idea of Boudica holding the bleeding trinket still and giving all of the damage stuff to someone else, and then Boudica has Bloodlust to clear, not clear the bleed on herself, but benefit from the bleed on herself. So if that were what you were doing, you would probably alongside that want a skill that gives you a decent effect worth gaining Winded for. We can continue to think about that. Repartee here. Requires self-stealth. 3 targets of dodge plus for 75% dodge for the next attacks. 2 taunts and remove your stealth. That doesn't really seem particularly great, frankly. You know what? Before I look at these, I should probably have a look at the provisioner.
Conventional fare, but fairly priced.
Just to quickly see if any of these are instructional. Random hero after each location gets -1 stress. Seems cool. +3 to inventory slots. Stagecoach item there as well. Seems relatively useful. I do want to try and get as many positive relationships here as possible as well. Alright. Well, look, let's get some people to start, you know, chiefing the blunt with one another. Pipeweed on Barristan and Boudica. Yes. And I'm definitely going to want another Pipeweed because I want Barristan to be at the point where they activate the Reverbing Redoubt. That is to say, at or below 2 speed. So in order to influence that, I'm going to go and buy another Pipeweed. Come back here and... Actually, I'm going to use it on Dismas and Barristan. Cool. Let's head to the Wainwright for a second.
Must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
Upgrade our wheels, or rather heal our wheels. Academics map for 100% extra location scouting for the academics. Or lease suspension, +4% to positive relationship
Any
chance.
advantage is a good thing.
I'm going to take that one, especially considering the fact that we are currently just about to, hopefully at least, form some relationships between characters. Our relationships have reset as well, so Rampart is not, you know, the skill that Barristan needs desperately as much as it used to be. Gosh. There's also only one route after this to the mountain.
But only one leads beyond it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Extra burn resist until the next inn. Actually, that's something. Something. Let's give some slime molds. Oh no, you got dysentery? On entering a region, -20% of your max HP. No, I gave you 10% max HP just for you to lose some. Can't be choosy in the field, says Barristan. Have I fallen, says Audrey, and Dismas says I've had worse. Stitching kit for some healing on a character. I mean, I might as well do that on Boudica, and it makes sense. Now, I don't have the ability to sell things to the enemy. No, I do not. To the enemy? The enemy is the shopkeeper, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. Anti-venom for healing in the middle of a fight's pretty good. None of my characters are already holding anti-venom, are they? Oh, yep. 2 anti-venom on the Grave Robber. And get as many relationship modifying things as possible. Up. And that's all I can afford, actually, as it turns out. Cool. It's time for y'all to drink. Barristan and Boudica having a positive relationship seems pretty good. I don't know if I need to get them to 20 for them to trigger a relationship. In fact, I'm almost certain that I don't need to do that, but I did do that, which might guarantee it? Not certain. Let's try and get Audrey and Dismas to like each other a little bit more. Couldn't agree more, Dismas. Whiskey has always gone too fast. That's why I don't keep much of it in my house. Okay. Final thing is the Mastery Trainer. With 5 points, I do think that I want to invest in more damage in a couple of different ways. Take aim, something that I can do when I'm blinded on Dismas. Wicked Slice as well. I think Boudica needs to upgrade 2 of her skills. Yorp is actually really, really quite useful. And then I would take toe-to-toe off of my character, and I would add Bloodlust back on. Bleed Out also seems pretty good. Let's go with that. So then in general, the idea is that Boudica, you lose toe-to-toe, and if it bleeds, you take Bleed Out and Bloodlust. You definitely want to be in the front position. And then, as for our trinkets, we need a little bit of swapping around here as we want... Where are you? Hellion? We're going to want you to have the Pulsing Heart. And I guess you'll probably hold the other thing that another character is holding. Dismas, you are our damage right now, if I recall correctly. And then plus 20% damage. Goes on the Hellion. And the Grave Robber keeps those. Barristan, maybe you do want the prodding pendant. There will be a lot of stress in the final fight. Yeah, this seems good to me. Being able to remove stun from a target also seems pretty useful. Alright. I think, as much as I can be right now, I am prepared to try and head out to the mountain to end our first run in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Series playlist is up in the top left. YouTube recommendations down below. And again, I will fix the names as soon as possible. I don't want to have to downgrade OBS. That's what I have to do to fix it correctly.